Hey, Mike, what are we watching today?
We're watching Penny Serenade starring CARY GRANT and Irene Dunne.
Oh, must be one of those romantic comedies that Grant's famous for, right? Right? Welcome back to another edition of the Matinee with Forgotten Cinema, and today we are doing the CARY GRANT, Irene Dunne movie, Penny Serenade. Before we get into what we thought about the film, Mike, what's it about?
Since marrying Roger Adams, Julie has wanted to start a family. An accident while she's visiting Japan causes a miscarriage and makes Julie incapable of having children. After they adopt a little girl, Trina, Roger's small newspaper folds and the couple has to fight in court to keep her. Even though they succeed, another tragedy strikes out of nowhere. The Adams marriage looks headed for divorce unless something brings them close again.
Yeah, so we made a joke about this in the beginning of the show about how it's we thought it might be a romantic comedy, and it is not. It doesn't mean it's a bad movie, obviously. No, it's just a different CARY GRANT type movie that you're used to. I honestly, because I had heard about this film before we watched it, and then when I started and I read the synopsis, I was like, all right, let's see what this is about. And then as I went along, I was like, oh no, this is a drama.
This is sad.
Very sad, but it's very well done. I mean, this movie has, I guess, between Dunne and Grant, Dunne was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. Grant was nominated for 2, I believe, for this film, right?
He was nominated for this film.
So, I mean, it's got talent behind it. What's something, I guess, that maybe jumped out at you?
The story, the plot is very, I don't want to say mature for its time, but it's taken seriously. It's done well. And I think it's tackling some serious issues that maybe you're not used to seeing in films from this time period. That's what struck me the most.
To piggyback off of that, as you like to say, the flagrant disregard for the moral code back in the 1940s, as they share a bed. Oh no!
One single bed.
I know. Which is
God.
And
heathens.
But also I really loved the scene in the train when he's first leaving for his job. There is an intimation that they are intimate on the train, which and I love the way they shoot it because they shoot it through the little sliver, the crack of the door, and you just see her face and you hear him, and it's such a well done scene, especially for the 40s. What they were trying to say, I'm surprised that it got through. I'm very surprised.
They're able to tackle some issues: divorce, miscarriage, adoption, very, very sensitive issues that at the time, like you said, the moral code is pretty strict about. Like, you have to really tiptoe around it. And it just shows the creativity and the resourcefulness of the cast, the writing, the directing.
Grant is really good in this film. Yes, so is Dunne. Even Buchanan, who plays Applejack, which I thought was 2 words, but at first I thought they said Uncle Applejack or Uncle Jack.
They call him Uncle Applejack. Yeah.
Who the scene when you first meet him, you just get the sense that he's just old Applejack, and he's just I'm just hanging around. I'm a goofball, like that kind of thing. But you get this as you watch the movie and as it goes on. Applejack is honestly the person that they lean on the most, especially when they get the baby.
Yeah. He just knows everything, but he is kind of like that magic uncle or that magic friend that appears out of nowhere that everyone has in movies from like this time period. It's just like,
don't we all need a magical friend?
I would love a magical friend. Everyone back then seems to have this live-in friend like Applejack.
Well, back then, Applejack knows how to change a diaper.
That's all done in like one shot.
And it's great.
Impressive.
I was really concerned when he handed the baby over to CARY GRANT because it looked like Grant did not know how to hold the baby, and I was like, oh, please don't drop the baby. One of the other things I liked in this film was the actual earthquake scene.
Yes.
In Japan, the 1923 earthquake 1923 or 32, I believe 23. That they reenact, and it was the way the set shakes. I know in the background it's more of it was almost video
layered
playing
paintings.
out. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Because you kind of saw Grant in the background move around, but Irene Dunne is in the foreground, and that set comes apart.
Yep.
And it's well done. It's
everything
really
moves.
Well done.
It's all like on different slants. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So you can obviously find Penny Serenade at Best Classics Ever at the Plex app. You can also find it on their bestclassicsever.com, where they have where our show is located. It's called The Matinee again, and that is in the Hollywood Canteen section of that website. But Butler, can you give our listeners or viewers a little bit about us, who Forgotten Cinema is?
Oh, we're Forgotten Cinema. Did you forget?
I did.
We're a podcast about forgotten films that seem to be forgotten by audiences, whether it be because a more popular film was released at the same time, or the film simply didn't catch on with audiences in its initial run. We'll discuss what we love about it, maybe don't love about it, but we always recommend you revisit it. You can find our podcast wherever you get podcasts, on Spotify or YouTube, or on ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com.
And check out Penny Serenade at Best Classics Ever on the Plex app and on bestclassicsever.com. Again, I said the matinee is there in the Hollywood Canteen section. Check us out. We've got about 10 or 11 episodes that we've done so far. Hopefully, maybe more. Until then, I hope everyone has a great week. Enjoy the movie. I am Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been the matinee with Forgotten Cinema. And that's the point.